Greetings. I am Terry Rhodes, Vice President for Quality Curriculum and Assessment at the Association of American Colleges and Universities. We welcome you to the seventh in our series of Next Generation Assessment WebBite interviews with the leaders of each of the 7 regional accrediting bodies in the United States. We asked each leader what they've been hearing from their member campuses during the pandemic related to 2 critical issues: the campus climate for assessment on those campuses, and what expectations they as accreditors have for useful evidence of student learning going forward. Here, we talk with Stephanie Droker from the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges.
Hi, I'm David Miller from the University of Florida, where I'm a professor in research and evaluation methods and also a school director for the School of Human Development and Organizational Studies in Education. And today I'm co-hosting with Tammy for the Next Generation Assessment from the accreditor's point of view.
Hi everyone, I'm Tammy Cumming. I'm Assistant Vice President and Associate Provost at Brooklyn College of the City, University of New York. And I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Stephanie Droker to be our guest today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Droker, President of the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges.
Hi, it's great to have you here to talk about the community colleges. What we want to talk about today, basically, what are some of the changes that you've seen in assessment and accountability in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis?
So many of our community colleges are looking at assessment differently now. As they've moved into summer and the fall semesters, they're no longer focusing assessment just on what happens inside the classroom, but now they have looked at assessment as far as what happens outside the classroom for students. For example, many of our community college students we know do not have access to broadband internet. They may not have devices at home. And so, in addition to that, they may be struggling with basic needs as far as what's happening with their families and the economy. And so our colleges have really ramped up assessment to understand what happens to the whole student in education, not just what happens in the classroom.
Yeah, I agree. I think we saw that as well. I'm from the City University of New York system, and I think that the equity issues definitely were called into question. And I think that we also determined that while our focus was on the transition to the remote learning environment, we really needed to keep monitoring the learning outcomes along the way to make sure that students are getting the education that they need. So when they come out of this and they get the credentials for their degrees, no matter what the field is, that they've learned, that they've obtained those student learning outcomes. Having said that, what do you see the future moving forward for assessment within the accreditation standards in this new education environment?
I think it's going to change the way we look at assessment very differently. For one thing, I think one of the things that colleges are most concerned about is while they're doing this, while they're pivoting to so much more online, and by the way, the community colleges have been doing robust online programs for a very long time. So I don't think it was such the stretch that maybe some of our other university and college partners have seen. That being said, they still have to meet accreditation standards. They still have to be concerned about academic quality, and their normal processes with assessment, with planning have been disrupted. And so there's concern about, as they go into their comprehensive reviews, what does this change look like when peer reviewers come or when they have to write a self-study report? And the way we look at it at ACCJC is that this is incredible evidence on innovation and how we can look at crises management and academic quality. And so we really encourage our colleges to document what they're doing, use it as a way to show innovation, and to own that they are absolutely concerned and are meeting academic quality standards, maybe in a very different way.
Thank you. That's been very interesting. it's a really a key issue that we often talk about, but I don't know that we've been able to really confront as much as we're forced to now, and that is the actual environments of the students and thinking about how they're responding to everything else around them. I think perhaps forcing us and the faculty to do that at the same time has brought a little bit of a change in the way we think about things. And so I think you're right. We're going to have some challenges ahead. It will be interesting to see how we all respond to it. But I want to thank you today for sharing with us.
Thank you it was wonderful being here.
Thanks so much. And I wanted to excuse my little dog when I was doing my intro. He wanted to introduce himself as well. So thanks, everyone.